Hi you all, I'm going to answer another spiritual question which people frequently have. What is the afterlife and how does it differ from this world? And where do we go when we die? What happens to us when we die? Is death the end, or is death just a new chapter? Death is only the beginning, is what the ancient Egyptians used to say, and the ancient Greeks. Death is only the beginning. But the beginning of what and of who? If death is only the beginning, then the beginning of what and of who? So that's what we're trying to answer. That's the question that we're trying to answer. You are spirit. Everything is spirit. Everything is pure energy. Everything is energy condensed into matter. Matter is the lowest degree of spirit, and spirit is the highest degree of matter. Everything is essentially energy, and energy is essentially spirit. So if energy and matter is one, then how come we don't see God now? The answer to that question is that. Oh, you like that? Yeah, yeah. The answer to that question. What was the question? The answer to why we don't see God here and now is because God is at a very high vibration. And matter is the lowest degree of vibration, and God is the highest degree of vibration. Through meditation, through kirtan, through prayer, we bridge that gap between matter and spirit. We bridge the gap between energy and matter. Meditation, prayer, chanting, kirtan, mantras, they raise the vibrational field within the human body. Once the vibrational field is raised, then we can reach a higher state. Eventually we will see, hear and communicate with God the Almighty, even whilst we're in a physical body. And this is possible through decades, through many years of meditation, through many years of intense meditation, through many years of constant meditation. But who wants to put in that effort, people may ask? Well, you may think that, and yeah, that's a very good question. But look around you. Is your world full of happiness? Is this world full of happiness? Is this world full of joy? The answer most probably isn't. Most people spend their time here suffering or in pain or in some kind of pain. Relationships, financial, all different kinds of pain, health reasons. And this is why people channel. This is why people go into themselves. This is why people meditate. And meditate is bringing out the best of yourself, your spiritual self, as well as your physical self. I mean, the things I do now, wouldn't be possible for me to do without all the meditation I do. A lot of the things I do, a lot of the confidence I have, I wouldn't have without meditation. Because of my autism, I hardly used to communicate very much before. But thanks to meditation, I can bring out all that. Thanks to meditation, I can bring out the best of what's in my heart to this world, to everyone. So the answer to the question, where do people go after they die, is that depends on their life. depends on their vibrational field when they die. If a person has lived a very holy life, a very religious life, or their heart's very pure, then obviously they're going to go to a higher sphere of spiritual. They're going to go to a higher spiritual plane than people who don't meditate, than people who just hate all the time, or just angry all the time, or just jealous all the time. Those emotions lead the soul downwards into the lower chakras, and the lower chakras is where hell is. You see, hell is not below us. Hell is not away from this physical existence. Hell is here and now. Heaven is here and now, and hell is here and now. And what you do within your soul is you choose either to go down towards hell or to go up towards God. In other words, your soul, most people's soul, is somewhere between the two. And depend on your daily thoughts, depend on your actions, depending on all those things, your soul will either gravitate towards hell, towards anger, towards jealousy, towards hate, or it can go up towards God, which is love, which is forgiveness, which is compassion, which is everything that's good. And if you go up to God, you will have the same powers as God. This is another thing, this is another misconception with God, that God has all the powers and his children don't have any powers at all. This is completely wrong. Man was made in the image of God. Man and woman, everyone has the same power as God. But because the vibrational field is so low, hardly anyone can reach that level. So you either choose to live a life of suffering, or you live a life of happiness. But happiness doesn't come without the self. The self is the source of happiness. The self is the source of joy. There is no happiness without the self. You only have to look around you at people to know that no matter what people have, they're not happy. People can have everything. They can have a palace, they can have a mansion, they can have anything they want, and they're still not happy. Or they can choose to go within the heart chakra, within the self, and then they can find true happiness, which is God. Happiness that lives for happiness, eternal happiness. So happiness is a choice, and God is a choice. Life is a choice. To go up is a choice. To go down is a choice. Everything is a choice. It's what you choose. There's no one else to blame. There is no one to blame. You can spend your whole life blaming other people, and then you lie there on your deathbed, looking around, and there's no one left to blame because no one's there to visit you, because you blamed everyone else throughout your whole life. No one wants to know you, so you're just lying in the hospital all on your own, dying, and there's not one single person that wants to see you off, because you've chose to blame everyone, and everyone has disowned you or has decided they don't want to know you anymore, because you basically deafed everyone else out. You've ignored everyone. You've destroyed your own friendships, you've destroyed your relationships, or you destroyed your Yet God is eternally present forever and forever within the heart. So even if at the very last moment you can choose yourself, which is God. God is not something apart from yourself. Your spirit, your soul is the origin of God. There is no God apart from you. Everyone, every single being, every single piece of matter, everything is God, everything is energy. Everything you can see, everything you can touch, everything you can hear, everything you can smell, everything is God. There is nothing that is not God. Even the devil is God. There is nothing that's God. There is nothing that's not God. Like this door here, for instance. It's solid wooden door. That's called Maya. It appears real. It seems real. It feels real. But in fact, it's energy. If it was heated up enough, it would just evaporate into energy. If a laser beam was shined on it at thousands and millions of degrees, it would turn into energy within less than a nanosecond. So everything is energy, everything is pure spirit, everything is pure God. There is nothing that's not God. So by choosing to ignore God, by choosing to ignore energy, by choosing to ignore spirit, we are choosing to ignore ourselves. We are choosing to ignore who we really are. We are concentrating on idol worship, which is illusion. We are concentrating on that which is not real, that which passes away and dies. That's what we're concentrating on. And to concentrate on that is to put all your eggs in one basket, and for all those eggs to fall, and for the basket to break, and all the eggs break within the basket. So everything is pure energy, everything is pure God. There's nothing that's not God. The people that live their lives superficially hover between this world and the afterworld. They hover between they can't leave this world because they've concentrated all their energy on this world. Even after they die, they don't know where to go, they don't know what to do, because you can only find peace in the afterworld if you have peace before you die. To find peace before you die is your ultimate destiny. It's your final destination. You have to find peace, you have to find happiness, you have to find peace with the world, peace with yourself before you die, because if you don't, you will just hover between this world and the next world because of your attachment to this world. Attachment is created through anger, through hate, through revenge, through jealousy, through frustrated desires. If a person was to spend all their time forgiving everyone and everything, then they wouldn't have attachment to any single living being in this world, any single living thing in this world. They wouldn't have attachment to anything. They'd be able to leave this world and go straight to God within less than 1 nanosecond. And then they'd be able to come back to their physical body. That's called samadhi. That's called the highest state of meditation. So, I hope you didn't find that too deep. I never know what I'm saying. It just comes from God. I'm just the instrument of God. I never know what I'm saying. Yeah, so God is the highest form of happiness. God is the highest form of energy. God is the highest form of spirit and tranquility. There is nothing, there is no happiness that's higher than that. The ultimate state that you can experience, whether it's sex, whether it's lust, whether it's drugs, none of those things even come close to God, because God exists in that state all the time. The highest state that you can experience for a few minutes or a few hours is what God lives in constantly, all the time, every single second of the day, constantly, in an eternal state of nirvana. The purpose of meditation is to reach that state and to bring others towards that state and to help other people achieve freedom within this body, within this world, because freedom is beyond desire. And what is desire? Desire is what causes energy to go into physical form. Desire is what happens when a soul desires to have, to do something, to have something, and that